downtown Sacramento. Golden One Center for Barnes on the front line as well. Westbrook and Sacramento will bring it across first. 3 games in a row off the elbow. Achua looks for DeRozan. Barnes has him smothered. Option B is Zach LaVine. He launches the 3, and that's good option B.
That's up B, and as you know, they're going to put a ton of pressure on DeMar DeRozan. They are familiar with his game.
0-0 lead. Second possession here. LaVine off the Renault screen. Pulls another 3.
On him and quickly. They basically start 2 point guards, do the Raptors, and so where Scotty Barnes has a size advantage on DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine can get things going, but you got to be real of their 3-point shooting.
In place of Grady Dick, Westbrook against Jamal Shed, a very physical point of attack defender. Here's Scotty Barnes, a mismatch for so many different defenders. Ingram, the master of the mid-range, knocks down his first pull.
Impressed right there, but you got to understand, a lot of the times when you're D'ing up Brandon Ingram, it's going to be better offense.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 of the best mid-range scorers in the game tonight, in DeRozan and Ingram. On the break, here's Quickly coming off the 40-piece last night against the Warriors. He lays that one in. The Raptors getting out in
last night against the Golden State Warriors and really didn't look back. And look at Shed, the amount of pressure he's putting on.
A little room service for Scotty Barnes. I talked about Shed's physical point of attack defense. Wasn't lying as Westbrook slow to get up.
Looks like
Shed, a tough defender, played at Houston for Kelvin Sampson. That's going to be an offensive foul against Renault. So Sacramento a little discombobulated, and Ingram doesn't shoot a lot of 3s, but laces that one.
Yeah, doesn't shoot a lot.
Sacramento down 9 quickly. This looks like the remix of the Raptors game last night against the Warriors. Here's Renault. DHO to DeRozan. Westbrook puts Shed on a flight and knocks it down.
And knocking it down, our coach from Oklahoma City, Darko, who had great things to say about him before the game. And talking to Russ, there is a lot of love there for those 2.
Here's Mamu, made his last 3. This one rattles out. Rebounded. Here's LaVine, got back tapped. Quickly on the break. His floater is pure.
And he had a big... The thing about him is he's going to score all over the floor. He can score at all 3 levels, and he is relentless in his pace.
On the wing, Westbrook against Shed. Not a lot of ball movement or player movement on that sequence for Sacramento.
And try to move the ball along.
DeRozan had it knocked away by Barnes. A tough shot comes off. 1 and done for Sacramento. Shed on the fly. Quickly for 3. Left it on the front rim, but retrieved by Mamu.
Another advantage to those early shots with a little offensive glass.
DeRozan up to LaVine. He drives it. Lays it off for Renault. No whistle, no charge, no dance.
A month or so to the Raptors.
Quickly. Got to the free throw line. Good help by Renault. Back cut by Mamu, and he lays it home. Offensively.
Well, they do a great job consistently throughout the lineups of moving without the ball. The cutting action is so important for their pace.
Here's Westbrook inside, couldn't find Renault. Another turnover for Sacramento, their 4th. Quickly, Achua. Precious runs it back. Westbrook at a notion, back to DeRozan. Spins, touches paint to Renault. Maxime with the left, and it comes off. Leaks out. It's Ingram on the move, and he couldn't convert.
A little too unselfish there by Shed.
Yeah.
He had the advantage.
Doug Christie wants to talk things over, get things squared away early with 7 minutes to go.
Gives a little bow, if you will.
That's what I do. Ingram, a little bit strong, rebounded by the Raptors twice, and looks like Abaji off the step-up screen by Renault. On the short action, LaVine driving baseline, got a little bit of reverse action.
So quick, he works really well along the baseline in his finishes.
Down to 6, just passing the midway point. Abaji out to Ingram. Had an ocean, good closeout by Precious. And that's going to be a foul against Zach LaVine on Quickly.
And Zach did not play, really trying to fly out to shooters, but it's about the multiple actions.
Brandon Ingram has that come off. Prior to the last 3 games, was scoring in double figures. He's used the self-checkout line.
You mentioned, you know, not scoring much the last couple, but the 2 before that, he was coming out being very, very aggressive.
That tipped up no good. Achulin surveying the court.
You also got to keep in mind he's playing against his former team, which did well against New York.
Little extra motivation. Westbrook way off the mark. Down court to Mamu, leaking out. Couldn't make the catch out of bounds. It'll be Sacramento ball. They dodged one right there. Nobody was back in transition.
I appreciate DeMar DeRozan's hustle, not giving up at that pace. So you cannot give up on plays.
Westbrook off the Dylan Cardwell screen. He just checked into the game. Levine likes that matchup. Couldn't convert the 3. Loose ball. Another chance. Westbrook with the pull. I'm surprised they've shot 7 already, Katie.
Yeah.
Ingram. And he draws the foul on the play. That's going to go against
the list. And Doug is doing it to accelerate his growth.
Right. Putting him in that learning curve that rookies have to ascend from night to night. Ingram knocks down the second free throw to make it a 6-point Raptor lead. Raptors coming off a win last night. They'll take on Portland in a couple of nights as part of their road trip. Here's Levine. Baji defending. Schroeder, one more. Clifford drives it inside. Got it.
Very nice move. Great ball movement by the Kings. I think they're really trying to make that defense work, and they got a great shot.
And Rajakovic calls a timeout for the Raptors. But Nick Clifford with decisive
for the game. He likes to play them together, but he also acknowledges that as the only 2 ball handlers, point guards that they have, that a little bit as well, but in a way where he can have them closing minutes on the floor together.
Schroeder out to Levine on the elbow action. Comes off the flare, guarded by Grady Dick. Levine on the bounce inside, punching it home, and set it with his chest.
They don't have a rim protector way down.
On the baseline, Grady Dick lost the handle. Levine got to the deck first, out of bounds. That's off of Achiuwa's
to throw it down.
That one rattles out by Barnes. Here's Nick Clifford. Has a field goal in the ball game already. Levine on the DHO from Cardwell. Clifford. Levine on the step back 3. Punch, dribble, pure.
Zach Levine, just like last night, getting it going. The Heat, he's got 10 here with 3. 8 in his 18th season. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Just quickly, working against Monk. Grady Dick on the pull-up from 15. Left it on the front. Did not score a field goal in that opening quarter. Only took 1 field goal attempt.
Yeah, they
but working his way to the office here.
A lot of pressure, and you can see how Barnes is shading completely over in his the waters and take away opportunities.
Kings with their largest lead of the ball game at 6 right now after that DeRozan hoop. Mamu on the baseline. Grady. Schroeder on the tween and the drive. Drew the hit from Mamu. We'll go to the free throw line for a couple of shots, but great hesitation.
He's been kind of quiet the last couple of games, but he has been so incredibly important to that second unit for Doug Christie, really running things, but I feel that second unit.
Mr. Stand on business. Don't say anything to him that might make him upset.
Affirmed, right?
Off the elbow. DeRozan on the DHO. Picked up by Scotty Barnes, who's so switchable. You talked about it, Katie. And now they double team DeRozan. Find Schroeder.
Trying to get the switch off of him, and they both win.
Catch and shoot 3 is short by Clifford. They'll get another chance. Schroeder on the show and go. Draws the hit. Buy one, get one free for Dennis Schroeder.
Got to pay attention to what this
for the Sacramento Kings. Just underway here in the second quarter. Last game of a 7-game homestand. Finds Barnes. Grady Dick scores the layup.
That's one of his superpowers. His tremendous job getting to the rim.
Obo ready to come into the game for Toronto. Schroeder, as Renault flips the screen, couldn't convert. And Renault switches on to quickly. Tried to turn the corner and couldn't. Barnes on the keep action, lays it home. And there's an example of his versatility. He very much is a poor man's Draymond Green in many ways.
Well, I mean, he handles the ball very well. Great decision maker.
Carmichael
Coming off the bench, and he's doing some things, isn't it?
Sure is. Renault with the big-time ball. Schroeder on the pistol action. Pulls a quick three. Quickly clear. Scotty Barnes starting to show a lot more leadership in this Raptors locker room, and with the roster, Mamu put his head down and draws the hit. He was a little bit out of control, but still got the benefit of the whistle.
Here, right?
Yes. Mamu is the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Not playing tonight.
Mamu goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line as Cardwell gets ready to come back.
He's sitting because this isn't a big lineup as in what Toronto puts out on the floor. So Doug can really rotate those three bigs through there, and Precious, Dillon, and Max.
DeRozan from the office. 1 of 3 from the field. Mamu taking it right at Renault and scores it. You know, Coach Evo, one of the assistant coaches from the Raptors, from a good, the bad, the ugly film, an old Clint Eastwood movie, encouraging Mamu to shoot a little bit more. And since that point, he hasn't been shy about pulling the trigger, which was the exact scene from the movie, if you've seen it. Of course, there's been no bloodshed, but Mamu is causing headaches amongst opponents since.
Well, he's shooting over 50% from the field and 38% from deep. So, yeah, I think most coaches would encourage similar shots.
And he pulls a quick one there, left it short. Gets it back, why not? 2 for a quarter. Goes 0 for 2.
And here's the big difference between 24 hours ago. Dennis Schroeder gets all the way to the clock in transition. Kings up 42-33 from outside. They ended the night 21-34, and that is what built them that 30-point lead against the Warriors.
They're not a great three-point shooting on the Seasson team. Off that quickly miss inside, no good. And Kings up 9. Schroeder splits the double. Sprays it to Monk. Malik cut off on the baseline. Good help by Mamu. One more to a wide open Schroeder. Lines up the seams and could not. Mamu over to Grady Dick. That's usually automatic, as is that one. And Doug Christie calls timeout. Couldn't find Grady Dick in transition. And it allowed to be extremely exciting to watch with the growth of that sport.
Fangirling right now. Absolutely obsessed. All those years in the Olympics, especially.
Gold medals everywhere in her house. And Stanford Athletic Director John Donahoe also courtside tonight. Mamu back out top. Brandon Ingram unimpeded, knocks it home.
We look at he and DeMar in that respect is he's a great three-point shooter. On his career, over 36% from deep. It's not a big piece of his kind of offensive bag, but he can knock it down at a high rate.
Cardwell fouls. Shed has been all over Westbrook, and now Ingram switches on to Westbrook. Fades away, the tip no good. It comes out to Shed. Cross court. One more to Ingram. He drives it. It comes off the iron.
He's been rebounding night in and night out at a high level and doing a lot of the damage on the offensive end.
Levine draws the foul on Lobo. And Zach Levine will go to the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Job tonight of getting downhill, going to the rim, making them have to defend him off the bounce.
It's been a point of emphasis. Levine, the game's leading scorer for Sacramento with 11. Mamu from deep. Achua and Precious leading the break. Precious, strong move, couldn't make the shot. Ingram almost got back tapped. That low gather sprays it out to wing to Shed. Ingram rips through against Levine. Mamu gonna dial up another one. Well, knocks home his second three.
Certainly is listening to his coaches because he's of the season. Their starting lineup, I think, 9 consecutive games, it has been different. They don't have a ton of injuries comparatively to the rest of the league, but it has truly disrupted their starting unit.
Well, missing a big piece in R.J. Barrett right now, soon to come back. Westbrook on the show and go. The lefty leg. And Sacramento back up by 6. Yeah, Barrett's
been put off.
Their record with him on the court is very successful.
Well, and Jakob Hurdle as well, big for them.
Here's Monk. Oh, man, he put Shed on the ground with a great move. Ingram had it knocked away. Shed back at the other end for 3. Achua with a big-time board.
Malik should touch the ball on this possession, yes?
He's activated. Levine goes quickly on the baseline. Drew the contact and the foul for Mobo. Look at this move by Malik Monk, folks.
So him to already have 2 trips here in the first half.
9 points now, 12 in 13 minutes. 10-point Sacramento lead.